Sometimes we have to walk away. And for certain people in the world, walking away to them seems cowardly. But we would have to know the context of why that person is walking away. Because if someone is walking away from something that no longer serves them, like drama, disloyalty, foolishness, then you are well within your right to disassociate yourself. You are well within your right. It's self-preservation. You could be like the way that I used to be. As always, no judgment. The things I speak about, I'm guilty of. I have done it at some point in my life. So I'm definitely not here to judge anyone. But I'm absolutely proud that I recognized certain things about myself, took accountability for it, and I doggone sure work hard to be a better me every day. It's difficult to walk away from certain things. Certain things you may find yourself having to make a choice on if you walk away from that thing, people, places, and things, or not. Sometimes, because I've been in that position several times, sometimes that choice is not very easy, depending on who are the people, where are the places, and what are the things. I've had to walk away from drinking a lot. I used to drink a lot. I had to walk away from that. I had a dream that I had one drink too many and didn't wake up. When I woke up that next morning, I poured all the alcohol out. So sometimes you have to walk away from things that may seem fun. Some things are damaging to your health. Some people are damaging to your health. Some places are damaging to your health. It's weird because we struggle to choose ourselves sometimes. We become people pleasers. We would much rather be liked than to choose ourselves so badly that we feel guilty. I know I've experienced that in the past. We would feel guilty for choosing ourselves. I am so glad that I left that mindset in the past. I'm able to smile at myself every day in the mirror and be proud that I chose me for anything. I used to be someone who gave unhealthy love, to where I love people, places, and things more than I love myself. I know I'm not the only one out there who has told someone in their life, I love you more than I love myself. I know I'm not the only person who said that. I take full accountability for that. I've said that so many times I can't count. Right up until the point to where I realized how damaging that mindset was to me. Because I didn't just say it, I showed it. I lived it. But then I started realizing, well, where do I fit in my own life? How is it possible I'm living my life and I'm not priority? And why is it that if I choose to love myself and to choose myself, why is it that it would make me feel guilty? Why? It's literally my life. I know how to love me and others at the same time. But at one time, I loved others and then me. You see how that works? I had to flip that around, and I suggest anyone out there who puts anyone before them to really give it some thought about the words that you're saying out of your mouth when you tell people, I love you more than I love myself. Hopefully, no one will ever take advantage of that, because there are people out here that if they know you love them more than you love yourself, some people will take advantage of that. They'll take advantage of the love that you have for them. And then you're left wondering, how did that happen? because all you ever did was love them. Until you figure, I'm not going to try to figure it out anymore. At least that's what I did. I'm not going to try to figure this out anymore. It happened. I understand. I accept. I move on. It's just that simple. Don't let anybody make you feel like you're crazy because you choose yourself. Don't let anyone make you feel like you're crazy for choosing you. You deserve for you to choose yourself. You deserve to be number one in your own life. You know how to love more than one person at once. You can still love everybody that you love. But that doesn't mean that you have to love them more than you love yourself. It's just like an airplane. You know, when in case of an emergency, they tell you, put your mask on first before you help anybody else. I mean, let's think about that. Yes, you have to make sure you are taking care of yourself in order to be able to take care of anyone else. If you're taking care of everyone else, and if everyone else is taking care of themselves, who's taking care of you? That's supposed to be your job, to take care of you. Because when you start looking outside of yourself, then you start having expectations. You start expecting people to love you a certain way, or to act a certain way, or to do certain things. You start expecting too many things. But if you stop expecting things and just do those things for yourself. You want love? You don't have to be in a relationship to be in love with yourself. You don't. And I know we like to lean on the fact that we love hard. Yes, we do love hard. There are individuals such as myself. My hand is up. I'm guilty. I love very hard. No longer in an unhealthy fashion, though. I'm not going to love so hard to where it's at my demise. Because that's not love. That doesn't even sound like love to me. Don't ever be afraid to walk away and choose yourself. Don't ever let anybody think that you're crazy because you're putting your foot down and you're deciding no more. I would like to choose me. And yes, I have enough love in me to love you as well. But from this day moving forward, I would like to love myself first and foremost. I would like to give that a try in my life, to love me. And I also can love you. And loving yourself and putting yourself first does not take away any love that you have for anyone else. And if anyone else wants you to love them more than you love yourself, you might want to sit down and think about that. Think about the logic behind that. And just because someone says that to you does not mean you have to say it back to someone. If someone says, I love you more than I love myself, tell that person, no, I want you to love yourself more than you love me. Encourage them to love themselves. Don't just accept that. Say, you know what? I love you so much that I want you to love yourself. Choose yourself. I'm still going to be right here. There's nothing wrong with you choosing yourself. There's nothing wrong with you choosing yourself. I'll still be right here. You'll still have love for me. I'll still have love for you. But I want you to choose yourself because I am. Don't ever let anybody make you feel any way other than proud of yourself. That you prioritize yourself. Don't let anyone gaslight you into feeling guilty about loving yourself. Don't let anyone make you feel like you're crazy because you love yourself. Ever. I will never let anyone make me feel like I'm crazy because I finally choose me in my own life. And that absolutely does not stop me from loving others at all. But it definitely makes me pay more attention to me. And I'm okay with that. And if anybody loves me, they will be okay with that as well. If you want me to love you more than I love me, that's an issue. That's the way I see it. That's the issue. If you encourage me to love myself, then that's beautiful. That's real love. So choose yourself. And not out of malice, not out of anything low vibrational. Choose yourself because you deserve to love yourself. We're all supposed to love ourselves. Don't ever let anybody gaslight you into not loving yourself or putting yourself on the lower part of your priority list. Your priority list doesn't stop at number 1. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it goes on. Just because you're number 1 doesn't mean another name doesn't come right behind that. It's still a priority list. You just need to shift around who goes where. And that's up to you. But you're not crazy if the first name on your priority list is you. You're not. The first name on my priority list is me. And I'm not crazy. And neither are you.
I could take a break from this world, running on a hamster wheel, but searching for something I can't feel. I just wanna be a lost girl and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate above the ground and make eye contact with clouds. Now I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free. Finally, I wanna be free. I wanna be free. Finally, I wanna be free. Finally, I always daydreaming, never imagined I lose my spark. Living in this crazy time, putting back the pieces of my mind. I